Hi, Erksky here. This video is just gonna kinda be me lamenting my reasons for why I'm considering retiring from speedrunning Wii Sports games altogether. So let's just get right into that. So, as you might know, I've been speedrunning Wii Sports games for almost an entire year. Started in December of 2022, and now we're in 2023. Well, December 2023. So it's basically been a year since I started with speedrunning Wii Sports games, and I'd say it's been really successful. I've been able to make my name in categories like 18 holes and OG 9 holes through my skill alone, and that alone has satisfied me greatly. But as of recent, it's just started to become unfun to do. Like, I've come to a point where I, as a runner, have hit like a brick wall of sorts, and I can't PB. And I'm pretty sure every runner feels this at some point. I felt it really early in my career, and that feeling has kind of persisted to this day. I try and I try, but I just can't seem to break path and get to that desired PB. Like, take 18 holes, for example. I have a PB of 1048 in 18 holes. And one day I do runs, hoping to get a 10-3X. And I get onto this pace that's like really good into, what is it, hole 16. And then, out of bounds happens on hole 16. I'm forced to settle with a 1047. Now you might look at that and say, damn, that sucks. But for what I'm experiencing at the moment, being this big old brick wall, I'm forced to take it. My goal of a 3X, it just disappears. There's no 3X. Just second PBs. And that's, sure, 1047 is a nice PB. That's 14th. That's huge. But it doesn't feel satisfying. It feels disappointing. And it just feels like getting these second PBs is just going to keep happening over and over. And I don't like it. I really wish I could just break this curse and fucking get what I desire. But no, I can't. And that's what makes it so fucking stressful. Like, I have the skill to do it. But the issue is, getting all of it to line up, it's just so fucking hard. And at the same time, I as a person have changed. I don't have the free time that I have anymore. I'm taking high school now, and when I come home from high school, I don't feel like, I don't feel a desire to do stuff. The moment I come in, I just want to get into pajamas, fucking boot up YouTube, start watching stuff, and just sit back and relax. I don't feel the same desire to just boot up Wii Sports, start streaming, and hopefully get a PB that I used to, like, all the times ago. It became hard for me to come home and decide, yeah, I'm gonna run Wii Sports. And it sucks. I used to have such a drive to just start doing attempts, and I had the motivation there. And usually, whenever I started a session, it always ended with a PB, which made me very happy and made me desire for a better PB. But over time, that same feeling of improvement, it stopped. Because I just started to get too good, in my opinion. And it became kind of hard for me to balance that with high school. Because, sure, I want to do attempts. But also, I have to start focusing on my academics way more. I'm no longer in middle school. I'm a fucking high schooler. And I'm at that point where high school, and in general, my academics start to matter way more. And something niche like my skill in a fucking video game from 2006 doesn't start to matter as much. It becomes an unsustainable relationship. And me, I don't know. I've always had the skill as a runner to be able to compete at the top level. But it just seems sporadic whenever I'm able to actually show off that skill. Like, sometimes I'll have a good day and I get mad PBs. But then the worst days just don't feel right. Like I'm unable to get past that one part that I can't fucking get past. And it's it stresses me out, and it reduces my desire to run. Like, why would I continue running a game where I cannot, for the love of myself, break past this one single hurdle? And it's basically plateauing. That's how I'm describing it. I basically reached a point where my skill just... It's hit a line where it just stays the same. I can't break it, I can't lower it, I can't rise it. It's just stuck. And you might say, Erksky, your skill level's great. That's a good thing. And it would be good if I could actually apply it to a run. But the thing is, the runs don't change. They stay the same. My 1047 has yet to change. My 1048 became a 1047. 1 second of improvement means barely anything to me for the skill level I'm at right now. And it just kind of sucks, because I grind my ass off day after day, or at least used to, in desperate search of just that one run that hopefully succeeds. And time after time, it doesn't happen. That run that I want does not happen. Sure, it might be in tiny improvements, but I just can't settle with it, and my desire to improve just goes up. But as I do more runs, it just keeps the same. And the runs themselves seem to be lowering in quality too. I can't make it past these segments of the runs, so my desire to run the game goes down. And coupled with what I'm having to deal with in my personal life, it just creates this whole paradigm where, like, I go to high school, I'm stressed out, I try to play the game that I want to play in order to maybe de-stress from the experience from high school. The runs don't end up well, and my desire to run the game ends up decreasing until what it is today. I get it, this entire ramble is complicated and most likely gibberish. But what I'm trying to say is, I've just been stressed out from running this game in my personal life too. High school has genuinely made my life hard in terms of mentality, because I hate going there nearly every day, having to just show up, sit my ass down, and gouge down hours of work that I don't feel will mean much to me in the long run. Even though it definitely does, when I have to get a job and all that stuff. And at the same time, speedrunning is a great hobby for me. It's a nice break away from high school. But at the same time, it also produces my greatest enemy. And that is the desire to break free from this skill plateau that I've reached. And I just haven't been able to break it recently, which is why I've been heavily considering just giving up altogether and retiring from speedrunning. So, that's basically what I had to lament. So, if you managed to stick through all of this, thank you a lot for watching. It means a bunch. So, I don't know. My future looks grim for speedrunning. I've always wanted to do it. That's the thing. Ever since I was, like, young, like 8 years old, I saw the Summoning Salt documentary and, like, Darby and running the game, and I was like, oh, dang, I should do that sometime. I had the copy, but I didn't have the means to record it. And only recently, in, like, 2022, did I get the means to do that, and I could actually begin my career. And ever since, I've just been upwards in terms of skill until now. So, yeah, speedrunning is great. But at the same time, it's, in my opinion, some people it's sustainable, but for me, I don't know. I could really keep trying to sustain it, but at the same time, given my academics, it's hard to balance out with what I want to do. So, yeah, that's just what I feel like, in my opinion. So, thank you for listening to my rambling for 10 minutes straight. And I'll see you on the flip side.